there with the W.
And when you think about how Ohio State's offense is operated, Jim, certainly the opportunity against an Illinois defense that statistically has had some problems. Now, that's skewed by one game, but this is where Ohio State potentially can make some good things happen.
Yeah, when you look at the yards that they've given up, 387 yards, that's on the higher end when you look at it compared to Ohio State. But, again, the Indiana game kind of skewed those stats in the wrong favor for them defensively. But, yeah, they've been able to get pressure on the quarterback with 15 sacks, 30 tackle for losses. I look at their defensive line. They got two former Ohioans on there. I guess they're still Ohioans. James Thompson Jr. out of Cincinnati, Roger Bacon, Angela McCollum. So they got some guys from the Buckeye land that know what it's about, and you'll see their best game out of them. I think their defensive coordinator, Aaron Henry, has done a really nice job coordinating this defense. Yeah, he played for Coach Bielema when he was at Wisconsin, so I think they have a long understanding of what they need to do. But, yeah, this is a quality team. For Ohio State, you've seen Julian Sayin really step up these last couple games, and that's going to have to be the case today, guiding this offense and finding the right receiver that's open and delivering a strike.
Come down on the field, Tyler Danberg, anxious to see if we'll have 3 and 4, and like last week, 5 people following Jeremiah Smith around on the field.
And he even said when those 5 guys were draped all over him, he laughed. But you know what? That's exactly who Jeremiah Smith is. He's happy to take a little bit of the brunt of the attention to open things up in the passing game. It's a really selfless wide receiver group, let alone a very talented receiver group.
Coming up next, to look at Ohio State's defense matching the Illinois offenses. Our AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Spectrum is a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Wherever Buckeye fans gather, from the shoe to living rooms and watch parties across the country, Spectrum brings the game to you. Every snap, every score, every Saturday. From the season opener to cold weather conference showdowns, from Big Ten battles to the game versus that team up north. This is more than football. It's tradition powered by Spectrum, connecting us all. Go Bucks!
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today. Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan. This is the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Buckeye fans, AEP Energy is redefining the game with renewable energy plans for your home or business. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. The Buckeyes in Champaign to take on Illinois today. What Ohio State's defense has done so far continues to be phenomenal. They did it again last week against Minnesota. And linebacker Peyton Pierce was glad to be part of delivering when the Buckeyes implemented a 3-linebacker package.
Yeah, I mean, we have a different game plan for whatever that offense is doing. That week we had a specific game plan for, what they were doing and with their specific tight ends that they'd put in the game. Coach Patricia does a really good job of putting us in good spots and letting us play free and fast. And that's I felt like that's what we did on Saturday.
But Pierce is quick to point out that it's great to have the disruption that comes from the defensive lineman in front of him, singling out the play, a freshman defensive end, Zion Grady.
Yeah, I mean, you see what they do on Saturday nights every practice. I'm not surprised they're out there making plays. Zion's been making plays since spring ball when he got here. So I'm just glad they're getting reps and getting opportunities to go out there and show what they do every practice.
But it's also hard not to notice the continual high-level play of people like linebacker Arvell Reese, who points out how in sync he is playing next to fellow linebacker Sonny Styles.
I think we complement each other well. We can do a lot of the same stuff. It ain't really too much that I can do that Sonny can't, so I think we complement each other well.
And certainly, Jim, it's been phenomenal to watch how they've played, in particular, how well this defense has played on third downs.
It's been incredible. Last week they held Minnesota to 1 of 11 on third down conversions. Right now, this defense on third downs is only allowing opponents to convert 22% of the time, near the top in the country in that category. And certainly that's going to have to continue against this Illinois team who's got some experience. The quarterback, Luke Altmyer, 3-year starter, 12 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, so he's done a fantastic job all year long of taking care of the football, completing 73% of his passes. A lot of those passes go to number 80, Hank Beatty, which, again, Jermaine Matthews with the injury of Lorenzo Styles Jr., he's probably going to be playing a little bit more nickel, so you're going to see a freshman out there, Devin Sanchez, have to make sure he's step for step. Got a big offensive line, and I expect them to use that against this Ohio State defense. Try to run the football with Kaden Feagin, number 3. Big back at 6'3", 255. He's also got good speed. Played quarterback in high school. Guy can do a little bit of everything. He's got 5 touchdowns rushing this year so far.
And from down on the field, Tyler Danberg. It'll also be interesting, if it happens, to see how Ohio State continues to play at a high level on defense in the red zone.
There is no doubt about it. Teams have only gotten into the red zone 8 times against Ohio State. Still have yet to allow a red zone touchdown. Only thing have been field goals. And after that 3-0 Minnesota lead, after the Golden Gophers shreked on their first drive, I go back to Caleb Downs saying that's their best drive, that's their best play. And I think that goes into their bend, don't break mentality. Well, there hasn't been a lot of bending either.
No, there hasn't been. Our keys to the game brought to you by DirecTV, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Stream the Buckeyes satellite free on DirecTV. Visit directtv.com to learn more.
Well, the first one you heard Coach Tate talk about it all week, stay hungry. Play every play like it's your last. They're going to have to do that against the Illini today. Number 2, create some turnovers defensively. Just 2 interceptions this year. Maybe come up with a couple fumbles. Got to get the ball back for Ohio State's offense. Number 3, defensively, sack attack. Put some pressure on Luke Altmyer. Knock him around a little bit. They've given up 19 sacks so far this year, so a little over 3 per game. Ohio State's going to have to step up defensively to see if they can pressure Altmyer.
We are getting closer to the opening kickoff for today's game between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Fighting Illini of Illinois. The AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show has been brought to you statewide by Encoba Insurance on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas, with Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Horvath deep second, he is up. Ball goes to Horvath. Horvath fades back. There's a pass. Look out for this. It's a touchdown, Ohio. The ball is set down. Janowitz boots it. It is good. Janowitz takes the field goal. Ball goes to Haverty's through there, and he may go all the way. Look out for this. There he goes. Half along Cassidy. And it's Griffin coming up the middle. 35, 20, 15, 5, touchdown.
He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Eddie George.
Play right side, steps up and gets to the end zone. Troy Smith.
When you're used to somebody else leading, there's no one else to look. You have to be the guy who does it.
To the 20, and he's going to take it to the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith.
It's going to take everybody on the roster to go win a championship.
To the 10, and into the end zone. Punt return touchdown for Caleb Downs.
In the plan to win, the number one thing is play great defense.
Gets the snap, waist high pressure right away, and he's grabbed and sacked. Sonny Styles dumps him right around the 17-yard line.
It's an opportunity to learn and grow and see, what it takes to win in the CFP.
The 9th national championship in Ohio State history. A team that got into the playoffs and they played angry and determined. And they give Ryan Day his first national championship.
From Learfield, this is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics. Buckeye football is brought to you statewide by Encova Insurance and by the Ohio Kubota dealers on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield. And brought to you locally by State Farm, your Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and by the Diamond Cellar, on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Around here, it's all or nothing, and Toyota has more all-wheel drive choices than anybody, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through November 3rd, get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.75 APR financing. Or you can get 5.75 APR financing on hybrid models with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Ohio State at Illinois today, and our starting lineups are presented by the American Dairy Association Mideast. Chocolate milk has 8 grams of protein with the power to fuel everyone, including Ohio State quarterback Tavian St. Clair. He's built like a Buckeye, and you can be too. Learn more at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/built like a Buckeye. The Ohio State offense will be led by quarterback Julian Sands, second time named Big Ten Freshman of the Week. 3 running backs split the work. Bo Jackson, C.J. Donaldson, James Peoples. Wide receivers, Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Innes, and Carnell Tate. Tight ends, Max Clare, Will Kazmarek, and others. On the line, Carson Hinsman at center. Luke Montgomery and Tegra Shabola the guards. Philip Daniels, Austin Saravel will be the tackles. The Illinois defense opposite them. On the line, James Thompson, Kurt Neal, and Tamawa Durajaye. Linebackers, Gabe Akis, Malachi Hood, Dylan Rosiak, and Alec Bryant. In the secondary, Torrey Cox, Matthew Bailey, Jaheim Clark, Miles Scott, and Caleb Patterson. The Illinois offense led by senior quarterback Luke Altmyer. Kaden Feagin figures to start at running back. Hank Beatty, Colin Dixon, Hudson Clement, the wide receivers, Tanner Arkin at tight end. On the offensive line, Josh Kreutz expected to start at center. He missed last week. Brendan Henderson and John Geske are the guards. J.C. Davis and Melvin Priestley, the tackles. The Ohio State defense on the other side, Caden Curry, Caden McDonald, Taiwan Malone, and Kenyatta Jackson on the defensive line. Jackson could be iffy. Linebackers, Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles in the secondary. Davison Igbinosun, Devin Sanchez, Caleb Downs, Jalen McClain, and Jermaine Matthews. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Coming up, coin toss and opening kick. You're listening to the home of the Buckeyes.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. You can trust their team of agents to develop a strategy that's just right for you. And it's not just X's and O's. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. DirecTV is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment lease required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card and restrictions apply.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan.
Welcome to the Union Home Mortgage Broadcast Booth, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. Top-ranked Ohio State, 5-0 and 2-0 in the Big Ten, facing number 17 Illinois, who's 5-1 and 2-1 in the conference. Here's the crazy part about the Big Ten Conference, with all of its twists and turns. This is the first time in 10 years that Ohio State has played in Champaign. And think about it, Jim. Illinois is the second most played Big Ten opponent for Ohio State behind Michigan, but it's been that long since the Buckeyes have come here.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy when you go back to my playing career. It was every year. You played everybody in the Big Ten, no matter what. It's just the way it worked out. You had 10 teams, and, you played everyone. And so I was here twice during my career. They were in Columbus twice, but that's not the case now with 18 teams. It's just one of those scheduling quirks where they weren't on our schedule. But besides Michigan, this is our longest rival, number 2. And to go that long without playing them seems ridiculous. But I hope we get them back on the schedule a little bit more. This is a great setting, especially today, one of those Chamber of Commerce days here in Champaign-Urbana. Just a beautiful day. And they went with the orange out, so there's a lot of orange in the crowd. I see some scarlet speckled in there with them, so it looks like the Buckeye fans have found a way to get some tickets and show up.
More than 60,000 will be here in the sellout crowd today at Geese Memorial Stadium. It has certainly been a stadium that has seen this program turn around under Brett Bielema, but also we've seen Ohio State with the great excellence they've had under Ryan Day. Only their second game away from home, but they took care of the first one pretty good, Jim.
Yeah, they did. When they went to Washington, it was kind of a slow start, but Ohio State was able to turn it up and take advantage of what they needed to do to get a big lead on Washington and pull that one away. And I don't think you can mess around for a couple quarters against this team. You're going to need 4 quarters of really good football. Again, they got an experienced quarterback. big offensive line, big running backs that can run the football, pretty big defensive line that can put some pressure on you. So Ohio State's going to have to play really good in the trenches. Offense and defensive line is going to have to give them plenty of time, and our offensive line has done a good job with that. Only a couple sacks given up so far this year by our offensive line, so that's going to have to continue because of Julian saying we've seen through 5 games, if he gets some time, he's going to find the open receiver or tight end or back down the field.
Not that it's never important, but taking care of the football today will be an ultimate goal because Illinois leads the nation in 8 fumble recoveries. They're tied for second in the nation in 7 forced fumbles.
Yeah, they got a knack for it, right? I mean, it shows up. It shows up on the tape when you watch the game. And, again, you can go back to the USC game. They turned it over a couple times. They could have made that not come down to a final field goal. But speaking of field goals, they're watching their kicker, David Olano, in the pregame. He hit it for 63 with a lot of room after that, so he seems to have a big-time leg. And you don't want it to be a close game to come down to a field goal because their kicker's already proven that he can win, put it through the uprights to win those type of games.
He certainly has. Now, for Ohio State, it's a matter of trying to remain perfect, trying to get a win on the road and stay focused. One of the things that we've heard Ryan Day talk about for weeks is the fact that this team needs to stay hungry. The issues are always there, but a constant bent for improvement.
Exactly. You got to treat every game like you're, 0-0. You're playing for the first time, and, I think this team's done a good job with that. And that comes down to your captains, guys like Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs on the offensive side, Brandon Ennis, Austin Saraveld on the offensive side. They have to make sure that this team is grounded, understands what it has to do. And really, in the Big Ten, any given week, right, it can come down to it. You see a lot of things that happen that are funky. You just got to go out there and take care of your business. So it starts with our big guys, offense, defensive line, and it has to trickle out to the rest of the guys. But I think most importantly against this team is you don't want to give anything free, any gifts. So you got to take care of that football today.
Yep, without question. The series, Ohio State has a 68-30-4 advantage. Yes, folks, you used to be able to play for ties. You can't anymore. But in this series, we've seen some of the top Ohio State rushing games, single-season performances. Keith Byers, 5 touchdowns.
274, I remember that game.
I figured you would since you were in it.
And then Eddie George had 314 when we played against Illinois at home. That was an evening game. And, of course, Ohio State had Corey Stringer and Orlando Pace at tackles, and they had Simeon Rice and Hardy at linebackers. It was good on good, but Eddie George really shined and, obviously propelled him into winning the Heisman Trophy that year.
How about 2013? Carlos Hyde, El Guapo. He ran for 5 touchdowns in that game.
Well, how about 202, our first national championship year? This game came down to the first overtime, I think.
That Ohio State had ever played. That's right.
And it came down right to the end, and we were able to put it through the uprights to get a field goal. Nuge, I believe it was.
Yes, it was.
Nuge.
And that was a game that probably, had there been instant replay then, it might have gone a little longer because there was a couple of shaky calls that went Ohio State's way. But the Buckeyes were able to get that victory, then play Michigan, defeat them, and go on to beat Miami for the national championship. Well, the sellout crowd is in position. The weather is beautiful here today in Champaign. They've had all of the trappings you would expect. Illinois, as you said, Jim, they're wearing all orange with white and blue trim. Ohio State in their traditional road attire. White jerseys, scarlet numerals, gray pants, and the silver helmets. And this is a place that usually you would see a lot of Ohio State fans, but because of the big throng of Illinois season ticket sales and whatnot, it's not as present. But you said there is some scarlet speckled around. Now,
there is, yeah.
There is. Now the team captains moving to the middle of the field for the coin toss. We'll go down to Tyler Danberg.
Out of a cloud of pyrotechnic smoke emerges Ohio State's captains, hand in hand, arm in arm, Brandon Ennis, Sonny Styles, Austin Saraveld, and Caleb Downs. Illinois' captains Luke Altmyer, Gabe Akis, Miles Scott, Dylan Rosiak, Josh Kreutz, and Tanner Arkin. Tim O'Day is our referee from the Big Ten. He's got our coin toss. Let's listen.
Captains, this will be the coin that we use to start the game today. That will be the head, and that is the tail. Head and tail. Ohio State is the visitor. You get to make the call. Please make the call now. Tails is his call. Tails is the call. I'm going to let it hit the ground. It is a head. Men, you've won the toss. You want to defer. Illinois has won the toss. They've elected to defer to the second half. You guys will want to receive, and you guys want to kick. Swing your backs around this way. Men, your backs come this way.
Illinois won the toss. They defer. Ohio State will have ball to start off the first half. Illinois will kick off towards the south goal.
Each first down that Ohio State picks up today brought to you by Kroger. A reminder that Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. The game time temperature brought to you by Atlas Butler, 67 degrees. Atlas Butler is proud to serve Central Ohio for over 100 years. Their technicians are scheduled day and night, 7 days a week, including holidays. And since Atlas Butler is always open, you never pay any after-hour service fees for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Call 1-800-FURNACE. You mentioned Jim Lorenzo. Styles not playing. That will probably necessitate a change with returners.
Yeah, it will be. And we'll find out who Ohio State decides to put out there, for their returners. They kind of used a bunch of different guys back there. Brandon Ennis obviously has handled the punt returns. We'll see if he gets involved in this. We've seen Caleb Downs. We've seen Jeremiah Smith. So something a little bit different today.
This is a stadium, even though it's been a decade since we've been here, it is a stadium that lends itself to almost being like a wind tunnel. The wind is a factor as we look at the top of the stadium and you see the flags blowing pretty significantly. The kickoff man for Illinois is David Alano. He has 35 touchbacks on the year, a junior from Naperville, Illinois. And as Ohio State drops their kick returners back, we will see Brandon Ennis and we will see Bo Jackson, freshman running back.
Bo knows kickoff returns.
Well, let's hope he knows. And he knows his way to the end zone, too.
Yeah, he's had 40 kickoffs, 35 of those are touchbacks, so he's got a good leg.
He does, and of course had a game-winning 41-yard field goal a couple of weeks ago when Illinois beat USC right here at Geese Memorial Stadium. So again, it's been since 2015 that Ohio State played here. 2017 since these two schools have seen one another. Orlando's kickoff in the air, and that one's going to land in the end zone for a touchback. Julian Sand leads the nation in passing completion percentage at better than 80%. 1,313 yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's also the third best quarterback in the nation in passing efficiency. Second-year quarterback from Carlsbad, California, will bring the offense onto the field. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 25-yard line. Bo Jackson will open at tailback. Illinois has their defense deployed. 3 down linemen, but as you said, Jim, they'll have linebackers that'll play back defensive linemen. Jeremiah Smith off the line to the right. Carnell Tate in a bunch set of receivers on the left side of the line. Sand in a shotgun with Bo Jackson off his right hip. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 25-yard line in the first play from scrimmage here in Champaign. Carson Hinzman over the ball, snaps it to Sand. He's back to pass. Looks, Sand does. Floats that out on the right side where it is caught, and the receiver Ennis is dumped at his own 35-yard line, and he is dropped by linebacker Dylan Rosiak, and that should move the chains. Yes, there they go.
Yeah, Ohio State's going to go tempo, get right back to the line of scrimmage for this next play.
Ball at the 36 on the Ohio State side of the field. Julian Sand resets in a shotgun, gets the snap, hands it off to Bo Jackson, running straight ahead, and he runs into a pile of orange shirts, and he's going to be thrown down right at around the 37-yard line. Malachi Hood, linebacker, with a stop for Illinois.
Yeah, just a short gain running behind the right side of the offensive line there. Tegra Shabola on that side. Phillip Daniels got a little bit of a push, but just a short gain of maybe 2.5 yards.
To make it 2nd and 8. Ohio State at their own 38, going right to left as we look at it here. Receivers, Tate wide to the left, Smith wide right. With quarterback Julian Sand straight behind center in a shotgun. Sand with a snap. He looks to throw. Guns out. It's tipped but falls incomplete. It was thrown for Carnell Tate, but one of the Illini defenders got a hand on it. It may have been defensive end Tomowa Durajaye.
Yeah, that was tipped at the line of scrimmage. The ball fluttered. No chance for a completion, so the first 3rd down, Ohio State's face.
3rd and 8. Buckeyes at their own 38-yard line. The opening drive of the game with 14 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock. Substitutions on the Illinois side for defense. Ohio State breaks their huddle with Smith going wide to the right. Max Clare comes wide to the left with Brandon Ennis and Carnell Tate. C.J. Donaldson at tailback. He's off the right hip of quarterback Julian Sand. 3rd and 8, Buckeyes at their own 38-yard line here in the opening possession of the game. Sand's going to pass, plants his feet at his own 30. Sand will fire middle of the field, caught by Jeremiah Smith at the 50. Slips left side, and he is knocked down to the 44 of Illinois. He will pick up the first down as the Illinois stop is made by defensive back Tanner Heckel, and it's a first down pickup presented by Kroger.
Great pass blocking there by that offensive line. Gave Julian Sand plenty of times to go through his reads, and of course, near the top of his reach is going to be number 4, Jeremiah Smith.
As he always seems to be. 1st and 10, Ohio State at Illinois' 44. Smith, who had that catch, goes wide to the right. Tate wide left. And Bo Jackson back into tailback. Sand under center with a snap. Pitches Jackson running left side to the Illinois 45. Tackled at the